Right, what's happening, people, and happy New Year's. And what better way to celebrate the first day of 2025 by letting myself and the big dog, Josh Aveste, be your personal hangover cure. These lot have probably all had quite a heavy night last night, would you agree?
Would you say our voices are soothing for a hangover?
Not mine, yours is.
No, I don't think mine is either, to be honest with you. Might not be the hangover cure. Might make things a lot worse.
There you go. But
thanks for sticking with us.
There you go. But these lot have probably had a heavy night last night.
Yeah.
They need a little bit of white noise in the background. So we thought we would do a Q&A, really. Just talk a bit of shit, to be honest, because we've been doing some quite in-depth stuff on the channel.
Quite dark stuff.
We have been doing some quite dark stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the channel. Between us two.
There are a lot of rumours, Jay.
There you go. But we thought that we would start to answer some of your guys' questions. So let's start off. And this was a really fitting one, right? And it's an assumption, but to be honest, it is an assumption that
that was correct.
The guy asking the question got right. I really wish I had have had the name on this.
Yeah.
I should have some names on this.
Yeah.
But when did you realise that going out for New Year's Eve was shit?
So I think this was about 10 years ago. I was in London and I did the fireworks in London as you do. And by the way, if you live in London and you've never done the fireworks in London, it's worth doing probably once, but then never again, right? And I've gone to a house party. I've then commuted into London from the home counties, from Hertfordshire. And I get in, and basically, for some stupid reason, I trusted my ex at the time. And she said, oh, we've got to go to this stop. We've got to do this stop. I ended up basically seeing the fireworks from the inside of a tube station, a.k.a. didn't see the fireworks.
Didn't see it, I was going to say.
So that was absolute shit. It ruined it for me. And it made me think next time, London is actually shit to go out on New Year's Eve. You can't get back home, especially if you live outside of London. It was crap.
Yeah.
What was yours?
Jordan Parfit, by the way, is the name of
Jordan.
the watcher. Jordan.
I was going to be called Jordan if I wasn't called Josh. So there you go.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
Really?
I avoided Casey Price.
I was going to say, I had a lot of wanks when I was a kid over a woman named Jordan. Not so much now, looking a little bit ropey. When did I realise going out for New Year's was shit? I would say New Year's 2012. So what's that?
12 years ago. Well, yeah.
2012, yeah, 12 years ago. Fuck me, that makes me sound old.
That's so scary.
That means I
That was the
realised
Olympics
it.
was 12
That
years
means
ago.
I realised it when I was 18.
Yeah. Oh, God, you were young then.
I was young.
Oh, God,
like,
I was a
most
lot
people
older
are
than
still, yeah. So
Yeah.
went to the Coronet. Anyone that remembers the Coronet, big up, Elephant and Castle. It's not there no more. It's been demolished. Yeah, shit night. Mate got robbed for his watch, or no, some boys tried to rob him for his watch.
Those Casios are expensive.
The Smarties I took were duds. Didn't have the desired effect of disco biscuits.
God.
Nah, I'm joking.
Those
sort of
blue
not.
Smarties really are shit.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know, because everyone like people was going raving and stuff around that time, and I was like, I liked it because I used to like to go there and have a bit of fun and whatnot and whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wasn't really into the music and stuff like that. And nowadays,
What were you into then? That's the main part of raving, isn't it? A bit of the music.
I don't know what you're on about. I've got no idea, mate. I've got no
We had a
idea.
few vodkas that night.
I didn't. I just usually on the waters, actually. Yeah. No, we used to go to Egg in London. Yeah, we used to go to Egg in London, and you'd have a red stripe.
Yeah.
But like outside, I didn't used to like to go into the smoking area, because anyone that used to go raving during that time will know that. For some reason, when you go raving, I don't know why, but the smell of food makes you feel very sick.
Yeah.
You don't want to be near food.
Is that how it works?
Outside in Egg, there was like a burger van type thing, and I'm thinking, mate, no one in here's eating.
I love
no one in
that
here's
smell.
eating for a good 48 hours
Mate,
after tonight.
Can I just say, some of my best memories coming back from a night out in uni was the kebab shop after.
It's all about
or a
the kebab
pizza
shop
after.
now. Best kebab shop that you want to shout out any kebab shops?
No,
Anyone
do
watching?
you know what? I don't have many kebab shops anymore. I don't have a kebab.
Really?
I'd just go more for a pizza now. Back in the day, mate, my weakness was like the cheapest, oiliest, dirtiest pizza you could ever imagine at 3 a.m.
My weakness is the cheapest, oiliest, dirtiest prostitute that you can imagine at 3 a.m.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What's her name? Sapphire.
I can't speak Romanian. It's a stereotype. I'm only joking. Right, should we move on to the next one? No, I was going to shout out Legends Kebab. Big up Legends Kebab. You guys watch.
Where are they? Are they in Epsom?
Legends Kebab in Epsom. Went in there the other day. He's like, brother, fucking hell, brother. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I'll go on the TikTok, he's fucking you, mate. And I'm like, yeah, I know, yeah.
Why do you keep getting recognised from TikTok, for fuck's sake?
I know, yeah.
It's never the YouTube channel.
But this fella, yeah, it's weird because, like, in the area I live in, and people, like, a few people comment every now and again, like, oh my God, he's from Epsom and whatever, yeah. People know. Most people never leave Epsom.
Why?
So, I don't know. Terrific little area. So I've grown up there my whole life. And like, not only have I grown up in Epsom my whole life, like I've grown up in the same like 2-mile radius my whole life, basically. Yeah.
Ever fancy branching out?
Nah, not really. Nah, I like it where I am. So what I'm saying, is like local kebab shop workers.
Yep.
Local barbers, postmen, stuff like that. These lot have seen me grow from being a kid. Do you know what I mean? So the bloke that works in my kebab, when I went in there, he was like, you're on fucking thingy and whatever. And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, mate, you had 100,000 subscribers or whatever. And I was like, yeah. So kebab man's proud of me.
I hope you got it
the
for
moral
free.
of the story is the kebab man is proud of me.
Did you get it for free?
No, I never get fuck all for free. But sometimes
if you're watching now, you owe Joey a kebab for that.
Sometimes I bell him up and I'm like, yes, boss, you got time for a quick collection? And he's like, no, my friend, we're closed. And then I'm with people and I don't want to like let it be known. I don't want to let it be known that this apparent athlete, Misfits fighters in a kebab shop all the time. So I'm like, it's Joey. And then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, come down, be quick. And I'm like, yeah, sweet. People are like, did you just tell the kebab man that it's Joey? And he knew, and I'm like, yeah.
Is that a healthy meal? Can you have a healthy kebab?
Not after 8 pints, you can't. No.
Okay, very okay. Sorry, I didn't realise.
Punch up.
I didn't realise the fights were involved.
No.
Next
but
one.
It is good post-pub fight fuel. Right, okay. So let's move on to favourite part of the Christmas dinner.
I had a few of these the other day. Pigs in blankets for me. I love a pig in blanket, yeah. That's the best bit. You don't like pork, so you've never had them.
I don't like pork. don't like pork. And
what's the story behind that? You just don't like it.
Just never really liked it. I like a sausage and egg McMuffin from McDonald's.
Yeah.
Whenever I say I don't like pork, people are like, "Oh, are you Muslim?" And I'm like, "No, I just don't like pork."
Could be Jewish.
The missus's family are Turkish, so they don't.
They don't have pork.
Muslim, I think, so they don't eat pork. Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't have pigs in blankets on Christmas Day. But what we do have is cauliflower cheese, and I fucking love it.
You don't have cheese in blankets then? Cheese in blankets?
It's been rumoured, but I'm not sure I go too far into that one. Listen,
nice.
I'm allowed pork. I just choose not to eat it.
Well, there you go. I'm going to bring my ham sandwich next time we record together.
Oh no, ham sandwich is the deadest sandwich ever.
Can I ask you a question? I've always wanted to know.
Sure.
What is your go-to meal deal?
I'm not going to do that.
Your Tesco meal deal.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you my go-to sandwich.
Okay,
even better.
Go on.
You ever heard of Cranks?
No.
The bread, Cranks.
No.
It's unsliced. It's a thick brown loaf of bread.
Okay.
Yeah, unsliced. You can slice it as thick or as thin as you want. In my case, I like it very thick. Yeah, slice it thick. Yeah,
okay.
Butter, Marmite, thin layer, not blobs of Marmite. That's disgusting. then no. Listen, it gets better, my friend.
Yeah.
Then you go and get the red Monster Munch. You layer it
with Monster Munch.
Yeah, the flaming hot.
I didn't even know that was a flavour.
Flaming hot Monster
I just thought they did pickled onion.
No, they do red roast beef as well.
Oh, I didn't know.
Fucking hell, get with it, mate.
I didn't know that.
Get with it, mate. Red Monster Munch, sandwich on top, or second half of the sandwich.
So no meat in the sandwich?
No.
Vegetarian sandwich?
Well,
very healthy.
Flaming hot Monster Munch.
There's probly some meat in that, to be fair.
Or something in that. So
there's probably
there you
some
go.
meat in that. That is a weird combo.
Yeah, I don't do it all that much. I've got a good one for you, right?
Come.
This one came in, and again, I want to give credit to whoever writ it, but 2024, right?
Yeah.
We have to give our proudest moment of each other.
Mm.
I'm going to start with you. right?
Oh,
I'm going to start giving
what a treat.
my proudest
what a
moment
treat.
of you. Josh beat his record in 2024. How many was it? You had 7 in one day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Nah,
It was
joking.
8 actually.
No,
mate.
no.
But even when I was 15, I wasn't doing 7
What
in
is
one
your record?
day. Don't know, maybe 4. I wouldn't go too. I thought 4 was a fucking effort, by the way.
4's right.
I was
Smog.
proud of myself with 4. To be fair, yours.
Yeah. Might have been about 4, yeah.
Yeah.
But back in my early teens.
Back in the heyday.
Yeah, back in the heyday.
Yeah.
Back in the
Two,
heyday.
2 for breakfast.
Speaking of hay, my best mate. That's got to be up there. Proud moment. No, my proudest moment of you, firstly, was the first Saudi trip. Because, my God, you were like an oversized person because you had a lot on your plate.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
I was supersized in that one.
You had a lot on your plate during that trip. It was the first one, and therefore we had no
context.
No, we had no context. We were going into the unknown. We had no infrastructure is the word I'm looking for. We didn't really have an infrastructure and whatever. And like what people don't really like, sometimes I get messages, and they're like, oh, what? Josh was in Saudi. And I'm like, Josh gets booked before I do, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I told you the booking.
Yeah, Josh fucking sends on the details to me. People don't realise. So like, still like we've said it a few times on here, but people don't realise what you do off camera for obviously like not just myself, but for Brian as well, and whatnot. So that Saudi trip was like really, really stressful for you. Yeah. We all got fucking ill. Brian was fucked. Like, and how long was the stream we done?
I think it was about 6.5 hours.
6.5 hours. Yeah. Like we didn't have a proper setup. No disrespect to what we got. Like we were treated like kings out there. So. But what I'm saying is we didn't have a proper setup's the wrong word. We didn't have a proper infrastructure with it, and it was very, very stressful for you. And it's the first time you're usually like the coolest man in the kitchen, and it was the first time I remember looking and thinking, "Fuck, Josh is stressed out here now." Do you know what I mean? Like whatever.
I was knackered as well.
In that situation, like. The pain game is don't want to say this because I don't want it to come across in the wrong way, but it's kind of the easiest thing I do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
you know so much about the fighting game that
I don't really need much
don't need to prep. You know all the facts. You know all the stats. You got the encyclopedic knowledge. You just rock up and be yourself.
I just rock up and do what I do. Yeah. Whereas with this, like I'm prepping, I'm editing, I'm whatever. I don't do none of that. I rock up, sit on camera, do what I got to do, try and mingle in places and stuff like that and whatnot, and obviously help Brian out whenever he needs things, sometimes it's easier, although you've got all AI and that on Google now, but sometimes it's easier to just text your pal and go, oh,
what do you think about this?
What did you think about this? And then I can send Brian a voice note and go, well, I thought blah, 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 whatever. So like, there's a lot of prep that goes into it. I'm not saying we don't prep, but it's like, for me, it's quite easy.
Yeah.
For you, it's a lot more challenging. So at the end of that trip, when we first went out there, when was it? Do you remember?
May time, I think.
It was the 5v5.
Maybe
June.
June.
It was the 5v5.
Yeah.
Frank against Eddie.
Yeah, maybe June.
And at the end of the recording, it was like the best feeling. Not only to see the relief on your face, but like also the fact that like all of us combined had pulled off the job.
Yeah.
And obviously for us, it was like obviously, listen, we're all great mates, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like me, you and Brian are really, really close and whatnot. And it was like, I knew that you felt as humble as you'd be, I knew that you felt a little bit of like, right, I've contributed here for making what, to be honest, despite all of the success he's had, probably one of the most successful parts of Brian's career.
One of the biggest moments that was
biggest achievements,
and that was a big relief because I think it was a tough time. That was we'd put in a lot of work, and we didn't even know whether we could even do it. We didn't even know if the stream would stay up. There was a lot of stress involved with that.
Yeah.
And that was a really good moment, and actually a moment that you look back on and think that was a very momentous moment.
I remember that was the most time in my life which I'm like, oh, we've arrived, mate. Yeah. We've arrived.
It was,
do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? Especially for you being on camera in there, loving boxing in the way that you love, and thinking I'm on par with TalkSport, Sky Sports, TNT, DAZN. I'm up there.
On par?
Better.
Slightly better.
Yeah. But
Numbers don't lie.
We're on DAZN now. It's crazy, isn't it?
We're getting employed by DAZN. Do you know what I mean? We're select commentary in DAZN. My local pub was showing the one of us commentating on the fight. It's mental,
2 years
mate.
ago, you were sat in that pub, basically doing what you do in the pain game, just with your mates.
Yeah, just with my mates.
So
no, I'm in Saudi.
it just
Delivering
shows you.
steak on room service every day. Do you know what I mean?
Right, can I do my one then?
No. Let me give you my number two, though, because I've got a
okay.
number two for you. This is a smaller moment, but just one that I was kind of, I think I was speaking about it even to you today or whatever. It was a half time. I was watching a game. What game was it? It was a game when I knew we were going to come back and win. Can't remember the game, but either way, it might have been the Spurs game or whatever. You were doing a live stream, and I jumped on at half time. Obviously, you know, during the game, like, I can't stay on the stream. I can only be on for that 15 minutes because I need to be, like, watching it. I've got a post-match review to get out after. I want to make sure that I've properly watched a match and I'm not just sitting talking about saying that I've half-heartedly watched, right?
Yeah.
So, in between, at half-time, I've jumped on the live stream and I was like, mate, like... I'll write a comment and it's just like, boom, disappeared straight away. It's gone straight away and whatever. And to see the way that like your channel has grown as well this year, because let's be honest, mate, you weren't really putting in any effort to it. And that's not any sort of like slight on you, because it's not that you weren't putting in effort in general. You weren't putting in effort to that because your priorities lied in other areas where you were absolutely grafting your arse off.
Yeah.
But that was a really proud moment for me to see, like, the amount of people you had in the stream, the amount of people that you had from literally the second you went live until it finished, the amount of, like, positivity and stuff like that, and the fact that now, when you're uploading off your channel, you're getting, like, 10 times the views you used to. In fact, I'd say 20 times the views that you used to.
It's crazy.
Things
I
like
feel
that.
very grateful. And it's all these guys watching, really, isn't it? Like, to be fair, as you say, I can't put that much time and energy into my own channel because we do so much other stuff. This is the thing, and this is why I see loads of comments. There's loads of comments saying, you know, do more and produce more content. I'd love to. I really would love to.
I think people don't realise. Like, they honestly don't realise. And I make a point of, like, whenever people come up to me at the bridge and whatever, or anywhere, first thing, where's Josh? And I'm like, working, mate, or whatever. Like, I don't think people, I think because of, like, they've seen my channel and all the content going out, and then they see yours and they'll see, like, not the odd bit, but, you know,
no, I can only do one a week max.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And they just think, like, oh, like, Josh is just sat twiddling his thumbs in between. It's like, mate, he's working harder than me. Like, he's out grafting. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think working harder than you, but we both work. We both work fucking hard in our individual ways and different things. But like, fucking hell, it's graft. But no, it was nice to have you on the stream. I would like to do more streams together.
Yeah,
we should try and do that this year.
Yeah,
it's not always easy to make it work, but I think people would want that from us.
Yeah,
we should do that. Can I do my one now? Because you've built it up. Can I do my big moment for you?
Oh yeah, go on. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah. My big moment for you is the victory in the boxing ring, the Baby Hulk win.
What one? Yeah, that was a good one. Wasn't
That
it?
was a really good one. Do you know what the one that obviously sticks in my mind because I was there is obviously the original win, right? And that was a huge moment actually just to see you there. But I have to say the Baby Hulk win, even seeing that from afar, it was huge. You were so professional that night. Do you know what I mean? That felt for me like you truly arrived because the first fight was the first fight. That second fight, it was just fucking hell. This guy knows what he's doing. I knew you knew what you were doing.
No, but I think what you mean more so is like the sell as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the first one. I remember I sat down at a press conference. They've gone to me, Joey Knight. They've gone, Joey Knight, blah, 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 new or Misfits, whatever. And I went, yeah, listen, like, I'm looking forward to it, whatever. And I looked around and it sort of hit me. Like, I'm a nobody, and I'm here through the back door. Brian sneaked me in. No one knows me, and I just thought, let me just be authentic. And I went, listen, no one even knows who the fuck I am right now. This is at the press conference. You can go back and find it. I went, no one in here knows who the fuck I am right now. But I said, I'm gonna come and clean out this division, and everyone will know me after this fight and whatnot. And I remember, like, the press conference finished. No one's asking for fucking interviews with me. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one's. Nothing, like, no one wants interviews with me, no one whatever, and I'm not even hanging about. I'm just like walked off, whatever. So many cool experiences, but it was only after the fight. It was like I had the fight that night in Leeds, and then how long did it take me to come out? I was getting interviewed for
I know, it was ridiculous,
hour and a half,
it?
stuff like that. Loads of everyone on me, whatever, and I was like, oh shit, this is something here. And then when we got flown over to Nashville and we went there, I was like, right, this is kind of next level, like, and now let me sell it. Let me be a bit more, play the character a little bit. I was in the cowboy hat and whatnot, and it was just...
I don't think that's a character.
No,
I think that is you.
That's me and my
It's
element.
a heightened version of you, but it still is you. And that's why people love you.
Do you know what I find with boxing? I am a addict. Like, I've got an addictive personality, and as much as people joke and stuff online and whatever, like, it's a good job that I don't like that I haven't ever got into like drugs and things like that. Do you know what I mean?
It'd be ridiculous.
It'd be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Because when I get into something, I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, you are.
I don't watch an episode; I watch the series.
Yeah.
I don't eat a slice; I eat the whole cake. Like, I don't. Do you know what I mean? Like, whatever. So I'm very much like that, and with the boxing, I had finished. Like, I was happy, mate. I was all right.
You were retired?
I was retired.
Yeah.
I was happy. And me and Brian started talking about it. I started thinking, let me bell up some old sparring partners and stuff, see if I've still got it. Because I wasn't even sparring. I wasn't doing nothing. Like, I was
You
just...
fell out of love with it,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. I wasn't in love with it. I had a child. I softened. That side of me was gone. Like, whatever. And I did. I become a softer person. And it's a double-edged sword, right? That weighs way heavier in the positive than it does in the negative. But, like, the positive is, like, I've got this positive release. I'm sparring, I'm fighting, I'm letting aggression out, whatnot. I'm achieving things. I'm earning really good money out of it and stuff like that. And it's brilliant. I'm so grateful. And, like, the best thing of everything is making family and friends proud. Trust me, like, if you box, any boxer, that before they say money, I guarantee you they'll go,
Respect,
oh, mate, making
love.
family and friends
Yeah,
proud.
yeah.
Like, that's the best thing, right? But the negative side of it is I have regressed in my personality because in them couple of years where I was done with boxing, I feel like I had softened, and now I feel like I've become a little bit more confrontational again. I've become a little bit more easy to wind up and stuff like that, and I've become a little bit more like, you know, like, I'll be texting you and Brian in the group chat, innit? And I'm going, do you see what this fucking prick said about me on Twitter?
I thought we were about to have an argument last night when we were talking about whether it was a rotation or not.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I've just
yeah.
got that little bit more spite in me, and that's just what fighting does to you. You just carry. But then I don't regret that, because the day that your killer instinct goes is the day that you got to quit. And I think, like, with my old boxing stuff, it's good now because I'm massively being underrated now. Like,
So true.
This is going to age really well when we look back at it next year.
Let us know, by the way, the audience, if they'd like to see more boxing stuff. I'd like to do a video where we actually sort of go through your boxing career. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Discuss it. Do you know what I mean? Like, find out how you started boxing. Almost do like an interview, almost, basically.
Yeah,
because
we
I
could do
reckon
something
it'd
like
be
that.
very interesting
I
to
don't
know
want to
about.
make it too much about me. Do you know
Well,
what I mean?
it is always about you, mate.
Let's see. Let's see. But yeah, it's going to age really well, because come the end of this next year, I truly believe I'll be Misfits lightweight champion.
Yeah.
I think I can beat the fella I lost to. I think I smashed the former champion to fucking pieces.
Yeah.
And I think most people in my way now, I'm being massively underrated. So long may it continue. They think I'm old. They think I'm injured. They think I'm an alcoholic, apparently. But, mate,
You're
I'm
coming.
going to put a lot of people
This
to
is a
sleep.
good moment to remember, actually. Like, do you know what some people do, mate? Is they do the retrospectives every year. They ask the same questions every year. Have you ever seen these videos? Like Vogue do it, and like loads of other people do it on YouTube, where they'll go, right, like Billie Eilish has done it 8 years in a row.
Right, okay.
From when she was 15 to when to where she is now. And the answers are so interesting. They review their old answers. I'd love to sort of record this and go, where will you be at the end of 2025? And you go, Misfits champion, you know, grow the channel massively, did this, did X, Y, and Z, right? Travel, whatever, right? And then as you see, you complete that. Because that's what you're going to do, because you're going to complete it.
Imagine if we had done that at this exact point of last year.
Yeah.
To be fair, this exact point of last year, I had found out that I was having the fight on Misfits. I had found it out probably a week before this has been recorded today.
Last year.
Last year. But say you had done it at like middle of December, my goals would have been like, right, okay, would I have dreamt of reaching 100k on YouTube at that point? Maybe not. Maybe I'd have been going, if I finished the year on 80k.
What were you
like
on last year?
I don't know. Maybe 30k, something like that. Another one is like I never even speak about this, but like I hit 100K on Instagram now, and that's quite
That's a big
decent
moment.
one.
Yeah.
God knows how many have I got on TikTok?
I'm not on it, so I don't even know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've
I bet
got-
it must be your biggest platform.
What, TikTok? I
Yeah,
don't know
surely.
how many I've even
It
got
must be
on there,
it
man.
must be your biggest one by a mile. Surely. Can I have a guess? Let me guess
Go on.
220.
211.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't know that.
There
I
you
haven't
go.
gone on your TikTok in probably 8 months.
Yeah, no, me neither. No, but yeah, like, so if I had to set out them goals last year, I'd be like, wow, like, not only have I set out them ones, last year, we never had a sniff of the shows over in Saudi at that point. Do you know what I mean? So not only that, I'll be going, I set out all of that, which I wanted. Yeah, all right, I didn't become Misfits champion, but fucking hell, I had a good go at it, and
Still time to do it.
Still time, and the guy who is now the champion, I've given him his closest fight, and near enough or whatever.
I'm saying closest.
You
won't say it. But
I won't say it, near enough. But I wouldn't have predicted that we'd be going to LA. I wouldn't have predicted that we'd be flying out to, commentating live on DAZN at Wembley Stadium. Like, it's mental. It's mental what's happened to us in this past year.
It really is.
But I don't want to make it all about that. So let's get on to some more questions. What else have we got that's come in? So this is a good one. If you had to go on one, right? And do you know what I want you to do? Because I think there's only one way that you can actually answer this question, and we've got to give it context, right? You're a single man.
Yes.
Yeah?
Very important.
I'm a single man.
Very important caveat, that.
Very important caveat. I'm a single man. You're a single man. Yeah? You can only go on one.
Yeah.
Love Island or I'm a Celebrity?
If I go on I'm a Celebrity, am I going to have to eat a Wichita grab?
Of course you are.
Well, then obviously Love Island then. Love Island would be the piss easiest summer of your life.
Okay.
And you come out of it a celebrity.
Wait.
Celebrity.
Wait. I'm going to add some context to it.
Go on then.
You're the age you are now.
I still think I could do Love Island.
Mate. This is where
Could
we're
you
wrong,
not?
though. No, do you know what? Like, I've actually realised, you know what? You know it's never good to read the negative comments.
Yeah.
No, I've realised we are old.
Why are we old?
Mate, we to some of the viewers, we're old.
I did see the comments on that latest video about people asking how old you were.
People think I'm fucking 40 or something.
Why do people think you're 40?
You know, you said
40.
like we were talking about like the best part of the year. That's the worst part of my year. People saying I'm 40.
No, but do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's the camera. The camera adds 10 years and £10.
Does it?
That's what they say.
Don't know about that. £10 on me. No,
No, come on. It would be Love Island. You have to crawl around in spiders and snakes and loads of shit. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but I don't want to offend anyone because we got a few Love Island pals now, haven't we? But
I love Love Island.
if you're in Love Island, you're pretty much surrounded by a load of knobheads who want to get famous. Yeah, now,
But back
current,
in the day,
current.
Love was fun.
Well, you're going against the
was Love
rules.
Island
Then
was
you're going
fun.
against the rules.
No, as in the show is as it is now. Because
No, I'm on about now. I'm on about now.
Yeah,
I'm on about now. If you're talking, Scott and Katie, Alex and Olivia, fucking Nathan and Cara, Marlon
then,
and Terry, all that series, yeah. If you're talking about then, yes, mate, I'm in there. Them lot were cool, like, and you know, like them first ones when they were going on, like they didn't really. It's only really till like Kem and Chris and all them lot got on Love Island that they started realising like, oh, well, we're gonna get a career off the back of this. Yeah, Kem, he's a good footballer, isn't he?
He's a really good footballer.
Yeah.
But look at Chris Williamson. Look what he's done off the back of it.
Yeah, that's mad.
Chris Williamson is insane. The guy went on Love Island. No one even remembers that.
No, and he's getting Matthew McConaughey on his podcast.
Yeah, did you watch that one?
Yeah.
The production value of those
Alright.
podcasts are fascinating.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so
I need to
so
watch a
good.
bit more of that Chris Williamson. I don't watch a lot of him.
He's a Geordie.
Yeah. Does Brian know him?
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
see a clip of him and that. Is it Schultz?
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were bigging Brian up in the clip.
Really? Well, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I don't remember that. I haven't
should've-
seen that one.
I should have
Should've
sent it.
sent it.
I just assumed that Brian's seen everything, so I'm like, oh, I didn't bother sending it. But I don't think
I
it was.
couldn't believe that he went on Love Island, and because like I feel like he had a bit of a gap between the Love Island and the podcast.
Seemed out of place, didn't he? Didn't really see him. And this is why I say at the age we're at, because, like, again, it ties back to the first question, when do you realise New Year's was shit?
Yeah.
I'm going to just sort of put New Year's into every other night. When did I realise that going out is shit? Yeah. My ideal thing of going out is we go to a quiet pub, but there's 15 of me and my mates in there. Yeah.
Quick punch up.
Probably long drawn out punch up. No, like we probably
That's the ideal night, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit of pool, few beers, couple of fights.
There you go. But
Pool cues not involved.
I like a pub, about 15 of my mates, and I just us, and just don't even mix
All
with
the
anyone.
lads or the partners as well?
Depends on what partners. Nah, joking. Yeah, all the partners, they can come. They're all right. We've got quite a mixed group, to be fair.
You had a good birthday do. I'll give you that. I enjoyed your birthday do.
Yeah,
you had a good laugh there. Good lads.
That was a good day, wasn't it?
It was a really good lads. Really good day. Really good group. I enjoyed that.
Met all my sisters.
I met all your friends.
Yeah.
And weirdly, they knew who I was, which was a weird. That was a weird situation.
And they were all coming over, going, "Cool, you're tall, aren't you?" Everyone always does this.
I bet you loved that.
Everyone always yeah, but they already knew I was short. Do you know what I mean? They already knew I was only 5'11".
Yeah, 5'11 and a half, mate.
There you go. There you go. And the half's downstairs.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't believe you've even thought about this. By the way,
by the way, my answer would be I'm a celebrity, and I'll tell you why. Because I would find the contestants on I'm a Celebrity more interesting than the ones on Love Island.
Can I just say that the caliber of celebrities these days is very tenuous?
Yeah.
On I'm a Celebrity. If you're talking about the fall of Love Island, the fall of celebrity, I'm a Celebrity is gone. Like, they're not really celebs anymore. Can I just say before we move on, I know I'm going to blow smoke up your ass here, but I think you'd win both of them. Because I don't think I'd win it.
I don't think I'd win Love Island. I don't think anyone would fucking couple up with me.
Yeah, but you don't always need to be loved up.
What, to win it?
Yeah, you don't.
Do you know what
there have been some friends.
Do you know what
it is?
I've always said the same thing about Love Island, yeah? Oh, I'm going to sound like a big head.
Just do it.
I go on there, yeah, walk out, day one, no one steps forward, yeah? What's the thing? Tall, dark, and handsome.
No, but I don't think that exists anymore.
I'm 5'6", 5'7".
You're 5'11 and a half.
No, I think Misfits measured me as 5'7". I've always thought I was 5'6". But either way,
you wearing those shoes again?
Regardless, if I wear them shoes, I'm like 5'8", 5'9". Yeah,
big
them
up
cleans.
Kanzuri. Have you ever heard of Kanzuri?
Yeah. Cleans they are.
Oh,
I think.
cleans. Okay.
But yeah, so I think it's one of them. Yeah, where like they wouldn't step forward. They'd step forward for all these like juiced up big fellas and whatever, and then they'd just realise they're proper boring with no banter.
I think
and
you'd
then
be.
after a couple of days, I'd be terrorising all the birds, and they'd start going, "Oh, that one that keeps terrorising us, he's actually all right." Whatever.
I honestly do think you would win both of them. It's a popularity contest.
I don't know about that. But there's only one way to find out, mate.
Get 'em on
You're my manager. Fucking get me on one of them.
Celebrity Big Brother is coming. No, Celebrity Big Brother is coming.
I'm nowhere near enough to go on the Jungle. Obviously, I've only got 100,000 subscribers. You need a million at least to get on there.
I mean, they did have a YouTuber on this year.
They had, but didn't they have like 1 million subscribers?
She's massive. I mean, she's probably one of the biggest YouTubers in the country right now, and podcasters.
Okay, so I didn't even know that. I remember when that Nella Rose was on. She was a big one. Is that what you're on about?
No, there's been one this year. Fucking hell, I've forgotten her name, but she's massive.
But either way, couldn't get on that. But Celeb Big Brother's really fallen. Like I reckon you could pull some magic and squeeze me through the door for that.
I mean, look, if you're going for an old Emmerdale cast member, you can get on as a YouTuber.
That's what I think.
You've got more clout.
That's what I think. I'm getting seen on a more regular basis than these.
Let's just get you on Locked In.
There you go. Yeah, that one could work. Right. Best lesson 2024 has taught you.
I tell you what, right? I remember in my early 20s, I remember trying to plan out my life and trying to be like, by this age, I want to get to be this sort of credibility. I want to be earning this kind of money. I want to be doing this. You know, I want to have kids by this time and whatever. And I think what 2024 taught me is you don't always need a plan. And what I mean by that is you don't always need to know where you're going in life. Like I actually think some of the best things that have ever happened to me in my career, in particular, right? Talk about my business life, haven't happened by me going, I'm going to become this. I'm going to do
I'm
this.
going to meet Joey.
I'm going to meet Joey Knight, and he's going to change my life and rock my world outside the bedroom.
I'm joking.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think a lot of people always go, oh, I need a plan, I need to have a goal, I need to have an objective in my life. And actually, what I'm learning more and more is just fucking go with the flow sometimes. Good stuff will happen. And actually, sometimes bad stuff will happen. But overall, you live a simpler life, I think. That's my big lesson.
I think I'd probably agree with that, because 2024 is the year that everything happened for me.
Yeah.
And again, at risk of sounding, mate, you could clip bits up of this and I just sound like a cock. But
someone's doing it right now.
I know, yeah. At risk of sounding really egotistical,
Yeah.
I always felt like I was supposed to do something good.
Yeah.
And yeah, in comparison to other people in our industry, I've done nothing. Do you know what I mean? But in comparison to where I was at, in comparison to where I was at, in terms of like, mate, like literally, like normally when people go on about like, oh, you know, bad times and whatever, and then they're in a good period where things are going well for them, both friendship, relationship, financially, everything like that. When they're in that good period, normally they're on about this bad period, and it's like 10 years prior or whatever. Mate, I was depressed until YouTube started going.
So
like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, I was all down in the dumps, whatever. Like, everything's like, whatever.
You were having a tough life. Like life wasn't easy.
I had a kid. Yeah. Didn't know I was having a kid, and then all of a sudden I'm having a kid and whatever. And I was skint, mate.
You were grafting your ass off. You were working really hard on a few different things.
The pandemic killed my trade. So I was by trade, I was a personal trainer.
Yeah.
The pandemic killed my trade.
Yeah.
It also mucked up the boxing, because I was nowhere near like how well I'm doing out of it now. But I was getting paid from boxing, and I was fighting, you know, like 3 times a year or whatever. And from what I would earn, back then I would earn about, like, on a good fight, I might earn 2-3 grand. On a bad fight, I might earn 500 quid. But it'd even out about £1,500, whatever. In terms of my yearly income, that was a fair bit. Do you know what I mean? Back then, because as I say, I was skint. Do you know what I mean? The boxing went out the window. PT industry went out the window. All of a sudden, I've got to provide for this baby and whatever. And like, I don't feel like a man, because I don't really feel like I'm in that position where I'm able to provide.
It's not being a man, even. It's just being stressed. Like, you've got a lot of responsibility, a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, and really no clear way out. Yeah, really.
And that's the thing. That's why I can't even call it trust the process, because there was no process.
No,
there was no process.
No,
I literally went on a holiday, family holiday, and when I was on holiday, I watched my pal Noor. His brother was interviewed for a podcast, right? I think it's called like the CEO cast or something like that.
Yes,
I've seen it. I think it's quite well known.
Yeah,
podcast,
it's a huge podcast.
Yeah, so he was interviewed for this podcast, and I remember watching that. It's going to sound really bad actually, but I'm going to say it anyway. I remember watching it and thinking, I could have done a better job interviewing him. Yeah, and whatever. And then I remember belling up Noor, and I was like, I watched brother's podcast, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, you should have asked this, whatever. And then from there it spiraled. And then we booked in here at Podcast Room and decided, we'll do something like this and whatever. And then, as I say, trust the process. It went along the way. And there were multiple times at first. What people don't realise is I never stopped working until December. So I'm
December of last year.
So I'm now at the 12-month mark, a week or two over, when I quit personal training.
Yeah.
In terms of like, I was podcasting, I was getting millions of views, and I was still working as a PT. Yeah. Millions of views. I'm not on about like, I used to, because what I'm on about is shorts as well. And now, you know what I'm like, I don't really care about the shorts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
back then I did used to care about the shorts. Yeah. And I would do 3-4 million views a week on the shorts sometimes. I'd smash it on them. Yet I'm still holding pads for people for £30 an hour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And whatever. So it's like, I actually grafted my arse off doing 2 things at once. And it's only really once me and you met that things started to change. And then you helped me get into a position where I was like, I don't actually have to work anymore. Do you know what I mean? And
It didn't
stuff
take
like
long,
that.
did it?
Yeah.
It didn't take long.
But then to circle it back to the question, I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I suppose I'm trying to say trust the process, but I'm also trying to say don't worry if the process ain't there, because
It's not a straight line though, is it?
no.
Like you had moments, and I've had in my life as well, where you think you're at the point you want to be at, but actually you're nowhere near the point you want to be at. And actually you think you're at the top of the mountain, and you're actually there's a peak coming that's way better,
Mate,
on the road.
I had a moment when I regretted it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
After the Baby Hulk fight, I regretted it all. I thought I locked myself in my bedroom, and I was like, "Oh, what have I done, man? Like, I don't want to fucking. I don't want
wanna do
this.
this
I don't.
anymore."
I don't want this," because all of a sudden I was getting loads of attention.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It was like positive attention. Everyone's saying, Joey's gonna do this and that on Misfits and
But then
whatever.
the pressure comes.
And then all of a sudden, like, it went from like, oh yeah, blokes at Chelsea know who I am, to all of a sudden I'm going to fucking Sainsbury's and people are knowing who I am, and I'm going. I remember like being in the carvery and fucking people that are like asking me for a picture, and I'm like with my daughter and stuff like that, who I don't have on camera and shit like that and whatever. At the airport, I remember I see someone taking a picture, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, just come over and ask for a selfie or something or whatever. Like, you're taking a picture on the sly. I'm a YouTube, mate. I'm a nobody. Like, do you know what I mean?
But
Like,
what a privilege to get into that scenario now where you're in it.
It is. But what I'm saying is, at the time, I couldn't handle that.
You couldn't deal with it
So
mentally,
even when you're talking about ups and downs, I had a time when I was like, oh,
I want to pack it in.
I want to get off the like, do you know what I mean? I can't.
I
The
wanna get
party's
off the
over.
hamster
The
wheel.
party's over,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
can't take the costume off
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
And
yeah.
now people like occasionally are knowing me and whatnot. So it's mad. But I got through all of that with the help of you and Brian. Like, you know what I mean? So that's it. There you go. I've hit the nail on the head there. That is what I've learned. Make sure that you surround yourself with a very, very tight circle of people who genuinely care about you, because if it weren't for like you and Brian this year, I'd be fucked, mate, because I'd have gone off the rails multiple times. I'd have dropped myself in it multiple times, done stuff I shouldn't have done, said stuff I shouldn't have said, and I wouldn't even be in a good situation.
As blokes, we're rubbish at that as well. I've always been quite bad at this, is sort of, opening up and sort of talking about your own feelings, and do you know what I mean? With mates, we're blokes, we don't like
we
to do
do
it.
quite well though. I
Yeah,
feel.
no, we do, but as in like maybe in my past I haven't done that very well. Talk to my friends when I've been feeling down or whatever. Right, that's a good lesson to say. Always be open with your friends and your mates, whoever it is. Do you know what I mean? Like always have a chat with them, see how they're doing, because also sometimes it's the silent ones that you need to be the most worried about. Do you know what I mean? Like the ones that don't talk to you about certain things. So I think that's really good. And as blokes, we're rubbish at that. And I think we're in tough times right now. So to have a good mate to sort of, a shoulder to cry on almost is a good thing. So yeah, I think that's a really good lesson to have.
I'll go through one or two more of the ones that have come in through Instagram.
Yep.
What is your aspirations with both of your channels, and where do you see yourself in 5 years? From Shane, the underdog boxing.
Sounds like a therapy session, that does.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Like a relationship
I think
therapy.
we've kind of answered a bit of that in the previous chat, in terms of like, I don't see myself anywhere in 5 years' time.
No, I don't really believe in having. I think you can have sort of loose goals, but I don't think you should go, I need to have X amount of views.
No, but
didn't
you just go being successful?
Yeah.
Like, is that not just the answer? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Successful.
Do you know what I would say actually more than success, but maybe success leads to this, is honestly just being happy.
Yeah.
That's the key thing for me, is if I can in 5 years' time be happy and healthy and have a good life. That's all I care about. But I think success would.
What about with
that.
your channel?
With my personal channel?
What are you more bothered about at the minute?
What do you mean? As in our channel?
This channel or your personal channel?
Like, look, our fans are unbelievable. Whatever channel they're on, like you've just talked about my streaming channel. For me, I don't really separate the two. It's just like, it's all YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all creating content and having fun with it. I care a lot about this channel. I care a lot about your channel, to be fair. But to be honest with you, I want all of them to grow, and whatever grows more at a faster rate, it doesn't really matter as long as they all grow.
If you could say to me now, God's honest truth on my life, if you could say to me now, by the end of 2025, this channel, Joey and Josh, hits 100K.
Yeah.
Or my channel, Joey Night Podcast, hits 100K more than what it's on right now. Easiest answer in the world is this channel hits 100K. This channel hits 100K.
Yeah.
That is one thing. Like beyond not the 5-year thing, but like a goal for this year is like this channel hit that, because I think in coming up 2 months, I've put in the same amount of work for this channel, as have you, as I do in maybe 6 months for my own channel.
Yeah, we've put in so much time and energy into this.
Because it's so, like, when we're doing these stories, when we're researching cases, when we're talking about shows and stuff like that. It's
scary as well.
It's so different.
Yeah. It scares me sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we put in so much time and energy, and you hope that people love it. Do you know what I mean? And you never know. Like people could just go, yeah, you're just Chelsea creators, and I'm only following you because you're a Chelsea fan.
And yeah, that's the thing,
fair
innit?
enough.
That's the thing, innit? You know, when someone's like says something like that, like, why do I want to hear a Chelsea fan talk about
whatever,
crime case or whatever? And it's like that's another thing that I can't even say I've learned from this year, but like another thing that I've probably got a little bit better at dealing with is the negative stuff. We are so fortunate. We're so fortunate because we're in a position where, what would you say, 98%?
I'd say 99 even.
99% of our feedback is really, really positive and stuff like that.
We're very lucky to have that.
Really lucky. Really lucky.
I'm a bit worried about when that's going to... Because it will turn, like, we won't have that percentage for the rest of the time.
You probably will.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think you ruffle feathers enough to.
Yeah.
But people are turn on me. I already know it. People have already done it, mate. Like, none of these lot watching, but like, when I got that, when I lost that fight to Little Cray Cray, I think that a lot of people had like invested in me, not financially or anything, in terms of like emotionally.
I bet some people did put a bit of money on it.
Yeah, they very did, but a lot of people had like emotionally invested in me, and because they've been bigging me up to their mates and stuff like that, look, these are kids and stuff, whatever, they're so fucking annoyed that I lost, you know what I mean? And it's like, and obviously, like, I lost the fight. Like, I didn't come out of any excuses.
I know you didn't. I'm winding you up, but
that's
my perspective, just for clarity.
But but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But as I say, like, I could have moaned, I could have whatever. I didn't do any of that. Yeah. I tried to keep it as classy as I could, and I thought, and again, this is where I'll be completely transparent. Yeah, is like I kept it as classy as I could. Like, I didn't say nothing bad, nothing whatever. And I'm not suggesting there was anything wrong now, but either way, other people could have said other stuff, yeah? I thought I'll keep it as classy as I can. Don't take anything away from the man's victory, whatever. And like, mate, I was getting like people sending me messages saying, hope next time you get knocked out and don't wake up and stuff like that and whatever. And it's like, oh, that's horrible. Like, why would you send that?
It comes with the level of... you have to say fame. With the level of fame that you get, there'll always be people that hate you.
Yeah,
that's just part of life. In fact, there's a lot of people that build careers on that, you know, of being hated. There's people that do that.
I'd hate it.
Look at James Smith's early content. Do you know who James Smith is?
PT.
Yeah, he's sort of like
I know a pal of his, Cameron.
He started his whole career making content that really pissed people off, and people absolutely despise him. And he's a good bloke deep down. Do you know what I mean? But that's the thing, mate. It will come, and you just got to be able to deal with it. You got to be able to shut out the noise.
I get it mostly from boxing. Like I found that, you know, like all the Chelsea, some big-headed here, but you know, like all the Chelsea fans like me, probably because
they do.
I
mean, look at that CFC Fan TV interview where you basically thought you were going to get.
I thought the fella was going to say that. Well, negative. He goes, I like you, and then he turned to me and he went, "You're a legend." I thought
he was going to smack you the first time he comes around. He comes sauntering over. What a lovely moment that was. Do you know what that was? You would have. That was a good moment this year.
Yeah,
that was actually like a personification of all of the love that you receive in one foul swoop. Do you know what I mean? Because
I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Yeah.
I do love it when I take like my dad up to Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
I get well proud because it's like he took me there as a kid.
Mm.
Now I get the tickets and
Yeah.
take him there,
Yeah.
and then I just get bare love. And it must be because I know if my son was in that position and I went to
well
where I
proud.
used to take him, our like place we used to go and bond together, and now I'm older and he's taking. You know what I mean? Like, my son's taking me there and I'm seeing my son get all that love. I'd be like, wow, that's mad. You know what I mean? So that's a sick little thing.
This is the thing, though, and these are the people that are watching now. I will be forever grateful. We've got a Chelsea family that we will always have. And the love that we get from those boys and girls is just ridiculous. Like I say, it's a reflective moment, isn't it? I just can't believe it.
Right.
Hit me with another one.
I'm going to hit you right now. Oh, this is good. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I don't think you'd be able to predict this.
Go on.
Do you know who Brian Johnson is? Brian Johnson's got a superpower in real life that I'd like.
What?
I'd like to be able to live forever.
No, that's the worst one. That's shit.
I know
See,
what you're going to say.
all your relatives
I know
and
what
loved
you're- I
ones
know what you're
die
gonna say.
and then just have to survive forever.
I think that would be a fun one.
No.
What would your superpower
The
be
world's
then?
getting worse.
Yeah, but you'd be.
It's going to be
but-
shit in
but then-
100 years'
but then
time.
if you can fly, you're still fallible. Do you know what I mean? What would your one be then? Because I've got a more fun one as well, but I'll let you go first.
I'd like to be able to bring people back.
Yeah, that'd be really good. That'd be really good. My other fun one is I'd like to be able to speak any language.
That's not a superpower.
Of course
What,
it
you're
is.
telling me you can't just reel off a bit of Mandarin like that?
Yeah, well, you can. Go on.
Yeah, huevo la dana la jaqueta.
I'm not even going to let him say that. I'm not
Sawadee
even going to
kap.
let you. Not even going to let you say that.
Sabayeri kap.
That's Thai.
Sabayeri kap, you ham noe.
That's Thai.
What
You
have I
just
just-
said Mandarin.
What have I just said?
Something that you shouldn't repeat on a
Sawadee
podcast.
kap, you ham noe.
You need to do up your fly.
No,
What
means
is it?
you've got a little.
I was about to go.
And me ham ye.
You have a big.
Yeah. There you go.
Brilliant.
There you go.
Brilliant.
Speak of it as I.
No, come on. Being able to speak any language in the world would be good.
It'd be good, but like it's just a showing off thing. You know what I mean? You know, when
Would
you're in a
be-
restaurant and you go, "Yeah, love, la cuenta por favor,"
Yeah.
and then it's like,
You've nailed the pronunciation there.
La
Can you do
cuenta
this? Can you
por-
do this? Can you do this? Can you go? Rrr.
Rrr.
There you go. Well done.
Yeah,
Not a lot of people can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be able to belly dance when I was younger.
Can you show us now?
No, no, packing a few Christmas pounds. Need to get back down to weight, mate. 135.
Would you go for something classic like being able to fly? I would like to be able to fly.
Nah, bring people back would be
Yeah,
my
that would
number
be a good
one.
one.
That would be the number one ultimate. Bring people back.
What state are you bringing them back? Are they is it Last of Us esque?
Yeah, no, I just have them stuffed on the sofa. You know when people used to get animals stuffed. I wouldn't have them living. I just have them stuffed on the sofa next to me.
Fucking weird. Don't think that's a superpower.
No, I'd have them in their
their
prime, in their
prime.
pomp. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, that in a way, mate, that is being able to live forever.
Yeah.
But it's just more. You want to be able to do it for other people, which is
I don't
which is
want to do
very
it for
selfless.
myself. I want it.
It's
I
very selfless.
want to. Yeah.
You
No,
make
but
me look
then
like a right
go.
prick
They
now.
can go when I go.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
right, you can come back, and you
Yeah.
instead of going now, you got an
Yeah.
extra 60 years or whatever.
yeah.
Well, about that.
About that.
Yeah, about that. But,
60 would be good.
yeah. You know what one I used to like? Do you remember Misfits, the TV show?
Yeah, I do, but I don't remember their superpower. So there was there 5
I
or
can
6
tell you
of
them
them?
all now. Right.
There were
so
6 of them.
let's go. Season number
Which
one.
one did you fancy?
Easy.
It's quite an easy one. Amber.
Easy.
It was Amber.
Amber.
Yeah, she looks just like Amber.
Alicia.
But she looked just like
Amber
the
from
Love
Love
Island
Island.
Amber.
Ah, so the other day, yeah. Have we said this on a podcast?
I
before,
think
that
you
I
told
fancy
me this.
Amber
I think
or
you
something?
told me about this off camera.
because
She messaged you.
no no she didn't message me.
She's not straight, is she?
Hey.
She's not straight anymore, Amber.
She's
gone out with-
I think I could turn her.
She's
Her name Amber Turner.
yeah. No, oh yeah, it might be actually.
No, it's Amber Gill. Who's
Oh,
Amber
okay.
Turner?
Amber
Someone.
Turner. Oh,
No,
probably someone you shouldn't be watching.
So I text a friend of mine
Okay.
when I was on the plane, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like, do you remember that Love Island with Michael and Amber, and like the one when he kept going childish and whatever. And what I wanted to say is like, oh, he sat just over there or whatever. When we're flying out to Saudi, and the friend of mine texts back, and she was like, "Yes, I know you fancy Amber."
It was the sassiest message.
Oh my God, all right.
It was the sassiest message in the
Put
world.
the brakes on.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
So
So tell me the powers, because you've just got distracted.
oh yeah.
So yeah, Alicia could fall in love with anyone.
No, Alicia had the best power. She just put her hands on someone
And they would fall in love with you.
Now,
Yeah.
that for a woman is not a good power.
Yeah.
But I can keep my hands to myself, and every time I see a nice little silk come along, oh God, okay.
Don't think the friend of yours would be very happy about that.
What else? So Kelly, the chav bird,
Yeah.
she could read people's minds.
What about
Simon.
Ramsay Bolton?
Ramsay Bolton, yeah, the bastard.
Yeah.
He could go invisible.
Ramsay Bolton could go invisible. Okay, yeah.
Nathan, the best character.
The Irish guy.
Irish guy.
Yeah.
He was proper funny.
Not the YouTuber, but...
Not the Irish guy. Yeah. What was his name? Michael.
Michael, yeah.
Michael, yeah. Legend.
Yeah. He loves you.
I used to watch him back in the day. I
He
used to watch
fucking
him.
loves you.
I used to watch him. Oh, we finish on favourite YouTubers, actually. That's
Okay,
quite
go
good.
then, do it.
But anyway, Nathan, he had your thing, Never Die.
Yes.
Mortal. He was immortal.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Curtis, what was this one? He could turn into a woman or something.
Could he just shape shift in general?
Couldn't he
just...
like turn into a woman or turn into other people? I can't
Yeah, I
remember
think
now.
he could turn into other people.
But yeah, that was more or less it.
That was a fucking brilliant show that I haven't watched in years. I might have to rewatch that.
Shall we finish on our favourite YouTubers?
Go on then.
Because I
Why
think
don't you
favourite
go?
YouTubers is a good one.
Why don't you
I
go
think we
then?
could reel off a few.
Okay, my favourites
Should we get the obvious? Should we
my favourites are Joey Knight,
Yeah,
Joey Knight boxing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Joey and
Joey and Josh.
yeah. Joey Night Shorts?
Joey Knight shorts.
Yeah.
Joey and Josh shorts.
Yeah.
Brian.
I like the Gary Neville podcast,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Joey Knight podcast,
Yeah.
No,
more?
no. So, who do I watch? Well, I watch Brian the most because
Don't do the obvious ones. The one like we all love True Geordie, Pain Game, the Kickoff, the ones that you're on.
let's separate from what we're on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I have got to shout out Brian's content this year has been fucking sick.
Brian has smashed it.
Best year he's had.
Nothing surprises me with him anymore because again he's a grafter.
Yeah.
But also he knows the game.
You know what else
He
done?
knows
I
it
don't know whether he
so
had done this
well.
or not before.
Yeah.
Because he had done like I remember like do you remember the show I Love You Now Die?
Yeah.
And he done like the review of that.
What a fucking
so whatever.
episode that
But
was.
like this year more than ever, like he's gone big time with the American audience as well now. Do you know what I mean? Which I don't know. You would know better than him, better than me. But I don't know whether he had done that before anyway. But even
Yeah,
what
he'd
about
done it a
like
bit.
random YouTubes that I watch? Cam Kirkham.
Cam Kirkham, yeah.
Love Cam
He's good.
Kirkham. He's
Really
a great
good.
YouTuber.
Yeah.
Always. I'll probably watch 60-70% of
Was
his
it
videos.
mad meeting him?
Eh?
Was it mad meeting him?
Not really, no.
You just knew him.
Not in a bad way, but I'm used to meeting people now. If I met him, it was mad meeting Brian.
Yeah.
Like when and that was this year.
I
Wasn't it?
remember that moment.
Oh no, that weren't this year.
Is the end of last year.
August. No, it's August the year before.
Was it?
Yeah. So I was supposed to come on the kickoff for August 12th, Chelsea against Liverpool.
Jesus.
Draw on the opening
God,
day of the
that's
season.
flown by, hasn't
I was
it?
supposed to come on.
And you couldn't do it.
No. I think fucking you didn't need me in the end, and then I remember being gutted. I remember thinking, like, oh,
That's
fuck,
your
man.
chance.
That's
Yeah.
my chance. And then the next week you were like, oh, can you come on? And I'm like, yeah. And then I think I went like 20 games without missing
Yeah, you
one,
did.
and then
You
I only
went
missed
in
one because I went on holiday after
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Misfits
yeah, I
fight or
remember
whatever. But yeah, meeting Brian was surreal. That was not surreal, but like it was like, oh fucking hell, like do you know what I mean? And the good thing is like, you know, there's a saying, and people are gonna like say that I'm saying Brian's my hero, but they're saying never meet your heroes, yeah. And in terms of people I watched a lot of, I used to watch loads of Brian. Like my favourite things of all time are like the Madeline McCann podcast he did. So many of his podcasts, like with ex-footballers, with fucking Ricky Gervais, like
Louis Theroux he had
Louis
on.
Theroux.
That's
Like
mad.
I used to watch and still do watch so many of them.
Yeah.
All the ones when there'd be documentaries come out and he would do it and like review it and
Mm.
whatever. Like I Love You Now Died, the Michael Jackson one, whatever. So meeting him was like, fucking hell, man. This is like meeting someone that I've watched for best part of a decade or something like that. So yeah, whereas like with meeting Cam, I'd already got used to meeting like loads of people by that point.
Yeah.
So not to say it wasn't good. Like we had a well good night at the at the event.
At the event, that was a good event.
Oh no, yeah, it's a good event. It's a good event.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a well good time. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously Cam come to my fight in Newcastle.
Yes.
But yeah, when I say I watch 60% of his videos, that's more than I watch of anyone barring Brian.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I ain't got
yeah.
time to watch stuff
No,
anymore.
fair
But
enough.
love Cam's channel.
Yeah.
That's probably outside of ones I work with. That's probably like, yeah, I'd say my go-to one that I watch the most of. Yeah. What about
Yeah.
yours?
I watch YouTube. I'm very different to you in that I watch YouTube to unwind. I watch YouTube all the time. I watch
So you're
so
watching
many
Sounds of the Rainforest.
I watch no. As in, I watch loads of YouTubers. I am like a complete YouTube addict.
Shout some out because there'll be some that are well surprised to know you're watching them.
So there's a guy called Louis Armstrong, which I watch with my missus all the time. He's a guy that used to be a former editor and a cameraman for a massive YouTuber called Mike Thurston, who I told you about before.
I know that guy, yeah.
Yeah, Mike
Muscly
Thurston's
guy.
massive. Got his own podcast now. He's got a great channel as well.
He
I love
knocks
him.
about at that James Smith a bit.
He does.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
does.
yeah.
In fact, James Smith and Chris Williamson now are really good mates.
Okay, right.
And they own a business together, actually. They got to own that drink together. So I watch Louis' videos. He just lives a lot. Basically, what we like watching at home is just people living, like traveling, living a great life. Do you know what I mean? And Louis is like going from Ibiza to Magaluf to Bali to like, he's living like the high life. Do you know what I mean? So he's got a really good channel. I love Mike Thurston's channel. I watch every single one of his videos. I watch really boring stuff that you wouldn't even imagine, like tech videos. I love Linus Tech Tips. Have you ever watched Linus Tech Tips?
No.
Linus Tech Tips is all about computers and things like that.
I watch something called, is it the Infographics channel?
Yeah, the Infographics Show.
The Infographics show.
Great channel.
And I'm basically studying what they were trying to teach me at school, but I wasn't listening, but now I'm listening.
No, you're really
Do you know what
interested.
I mean?
It's funny that you go down these like educational rabbit holes on YouTube.
I've self-taught myself so much shit.
You've taught random stuff. I watched a whole video the other day on YouTube about the history of World War II.
Yeah,
Just
I
randomly.
know all about that, mate. I know all about all of that shit. I know that Kim Jong-un has never really flown by plane. He travels
always
by
gets the train.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I watch loads of this shit, which is like kind of stuff. I don't mean they were teaching us about that at school, but like the sort of stuff you get taught in geography and history and stuff like that. I watch a lot of that. I watch a lot of stuff about like how natural disasters occurred and stuff like that and whatever. I actually find now I'm in the industry that I don't watch the industry. So say for example, right, I could go to, what football podcast do you watch? I reckon the answer's none, innit? Do you watch any football podcast?
I only listen now to the majority of podcasts on football.
Right.
And that's because like they're mainly like with the podcast I'm listening to, I'm trying to learn something.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to listen to the athletics podcast or London Will Always Be Blue or like there's loads of podcasts that I'm listening to where I'm like,
it's not to
they
throw
get
shade, by
journalists.
the way. I listen to, like, I rate loads of fucking loads of the podcasts in the thing.
Yeah.
I like rate all of them. Like everyone's smashing it, but I just don't really.
And again, a lot of people say this about our stuff. Like, mainly I'm listening to it when I'm at the gym or I'm on a walk or like I'm trying to do something. That's why the Spotify, the listening sort of side. That goes
I'll
into
shout out someone who I really like on YouTube. Do you know who Isaac HP is?
I've heard of him.
He's the fella that blew up like years ago for doing that video where he goes, "I'm not a driller." And, you know, the little like kid with curly hair.
Yeah,
but now he does documentaries, and he done one on Bevo. He done one on what's the fella, the white fella? People must have come.
I'd actually like to do some of those style of videos on our channel. Actually, thinking about individuals.
Yeah. We could get loads of people for that.
But as in just to tell someone's story.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
There's a few ideas that have come up from this podcast that I'd like to do. I'd like to start doing more reviewing shows when they come out. Like, for example, you've not seen it. I'd love to be talking about Squid Game right now.
Yeah.
I'd love to be
I
talking
need to
about
watch
that.
number one.
You do need to watch number one. But then when a new show comes out, I feel like we should talk about it.
Calamari for dinner, actually.
Has that got you
That's
interested
got
in
me-
calamari?
Yeah. Squid.
You should watch Squid Game, mate, because it's a very, very, very good show.
But then you need to read subtitles.
No, you can get it dubbed.
Okay.
You can get it in
alright,
English if you
I'm
want.
not good
Yeah.
at reading, am I?
No, well, you don't want to be. Do you know what? It is a bit off-putting, but the dub version is a bit weird. They don't quite get it right. It's a great show though.
Well, I think that takes us over the hour mark, so we should probably call a halt to it there. But we both wish you a very happy new year.
Yeah.
Hope for good things to happen to all of you guys watching in 2025. And thank you very, very much for your support in 2024. Not just on this channel. This has been recently launched, but I know a lot of you guys have come from Josh's page.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys have come from my page. Separate channels, the pain game, the kickoff, all of it. So thank you all very much. We love you very much. Hope you had a good New Year's Eve. Take a couple of paracetamol, down a glass of water if this comes out before you go to bed, and make sure you have a kebab and you won't be as hungover in the morning. Set your alarm to take another paracetamol about 4 hours after you take the first one. You'll be fine.
Dirty, oily kebab.
Oh, no, not the right one. See you in the next one.